How was the camp? Bit of warm weather and a chance to work on a few things?
It was great. It was a phenomenal camp in every sense. We worked really hard in things that we wanted to do. We recharged our batteries. Obviously, the context, changing the environment in a beautiful weather helps. The togetherness and the moments that we shared together were great. So, we feel fully recharged.
And did the break come at a good time when you're on a run of form like you've been on? A good chance to hit the reset button and turn a corner?
Well, it was. I think it gives us the opportunity as well to look at things with a bit of perspective as well, to analyze what we've been doing. And we take a lot of positives from the first 6 months of the competition. And even though results haven't gone our way in the last few games, when you look at what we have produced in terms of the Premier League with any other team, we are up there.
And in terms of improvements for the second half of the season, you're creating opportunities, perhaps not taking them. Is that the focus for you a little bit?
Yes, continue to be who we are. You know, defeats cannot make you lose who you are. Because if you do that, then you were never who you said that you were. And we have to continue to be ourselves. But there are certain details, certain marginal gains that we have to improve and evolve. And this is the beautiful thing about my job as well, is constantly find the evolution of a team and what it needs to keep winning.
I mean, you're not finishing in front of goal. To what extent does confidence become an issue?
For sure, that's a big factor. But if you don't produce the number of chances that we have created and expect that we create more than any other team in the league, for sure we're not going to score enough goals. But I love the players that I have and the way they work and the way they go about it, and that will come for sure.
And how important for you is it that Gabriel Jesus maybe scores a few more in the second half of the season?
Yeah, but for everybody, you know, we have to share goals. We are responsible for everything, you know. And on set pieces, the goalkeeper is responsible, the striker is responsible. When there is a throw-in, everybody is responsible to what's going to happen that throw-in, and we have to share that responsibility like we always done.
After the Liverpool game, you said the chances of bringing in a striker in this transfer window, well, it wasn't a realistic option. Have you changed that opinion, or do you feel the same?
No, but the first thing, because I love the players that we have.
And Crystal Palace, under Roy Hodgson, he never makes it easy for teams to get by. What are you expecting from Palace, and how much respect do you have for Roy Hodgson?
A massive respect, a big admiration for the way he's conducting himself, especially, and the trajectory that he's had. His teams are extremely well organized. They are really hard to beat. He's really good at provoking things that he wants in the game. And tomorrow is going to be a big battle for us, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Alex on the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You said the break gave you some perspective. What is the message to your players going into the second half?
Keep doing what we are doing, and small margins to improve. That's it.
Roy Hodgson in the opposition dugout, 76 years old. Can you see yourself managing at 76?
You always ask me that question. At the moment, I cannot see that happening, but you never know. This job is extremely addictive, and when you do it like I do with people that I love as well and respect so much, you never know. It's difficult to find a better place or a better thing to do in your life.
What do you think the key is to lasting that long as a manager in
the passion for and the love for the game, that's for sure, and then enjoying and the company and the people you work with, and then being very good at dealing with defeat, for sure, because all the matches at the end we lose more than we win, and I think you have to be really good at that.
Is that something you've got better at over the years, dealing with defeat?
I'm not sure. Every defeat it's extremely painful, but after every defeat you are closer to winning again, and it makes you a better coach, and it makes you reflect and act and be all the time on the move, and this is what it's about.
Is the early kick-off tomorrow? It can sometimes be difficult to get the crowd going that early. What do you hope for from the home supporters?
No, we need to get them going, but they've been exceptional with us, and as I said, we are recharged, we are full of energy and super motivated. The team is super motivated, and we want to attack the second half of the season with a lot of ambitions and with the understanding that the team is capable of big things, and they are convinced of that.
Just finally, what was your highlight of the trip to Dubai? Some good food?
The beautiful moments that we have spent together, when you have families, kids around, and mixing life and job I think it's something extremely necessary. That because we are living their lives, they are living our lives, and if we want this to make sense really, and everybody to be part of it, I think it's a really positive thing to do.
Go to Jordan from the Athletic.
Okay, well, just wondered, after you've had a few defeats and then you've got a week or two's break, which is quite unusual, are you someone who usually studies the footage over and over again to try and find what the answer is? But I heard you say there the message is so clear, just keep doing it. Has this been a slightly different camp for you in terms of looking at what's wrong?
Yeah, you have to look at it objectively. In order to do that, you need to dissect the game in many parts as much as you possibly can to understand what happened. And then is the balance. And in football, what you merit and what you actually have is not always at the same level, and that's been the case. But I think overall in the season where we are, but these things that we can improve and do better. And those marginal gains have to be installed, and they've been installed for the last 10 days, and I will have to see them coming up.
So a couple of years ago you had a difficult start to the league season, and then I think I remember you said it's the best 10 or 15 days you've had in football. Just wondered if you could reflect on, that first time of turning around the bad 3 results and what you've maybe done differently now you're a bit older.
A lot of times it's not what you have to do, it's just looking around and how people behave. And when I said that I love so much my job and what I do, is because I love so much the people that I have next to me, that they are every day with me in my job. And when we are together, and we had a difficult time, it's true that we play in a certain way against big teams and we didn't win, but we know what we produce. They are a joy to work with, and that gives me every reason to be super positive for the second half of the season.
Just as a manager, as a personality, 4 or 5 years into the job, how do you find the emotional side of not getting too high or too low? Do you need to hide your emotions from the players when it's been difficult?
I don't know if the word is hide, but I think you have to be honest and you have to tell them how you feel, and you have to be as clear as possible for them to understand what they expect from you, and as well for them what they are actually doing and can we improve, and find always the motivation when things they don't go your way or results they don't go your way. You have a problem within in the team to resolve it, and we are all here and we are all willing to win, and we have to continue to do that.
Okay, last couple in the live section. James from ESPN.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You spoke before the break about the goal scoring maybe becoming a psychological issue. So, when you've been away, how do you tackle that? Do you let them switch off? Do you make them practice harder? How do you actually approach that specific psychological element?
Changing certain things, analyzing first of all from my side, from our side in the coaching point, what we can do better. Is the most difficult thing to coach because it's so unpredictable. Times, distances, spaces, opponent, they change from picture to picture, and they change immediately after the ball is moving. But try to give them clarity, and we have to take the responsibility, and we have to give them the tools to deliver the best possible way. And that's what we have to. They have it in them, and they know that, and we have a lot of individual talks about it, and it will come.
From the way you talk there, the sort of outside perception is it's just players missing chances in front of goal, but from what you're saying, it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, and I don't want to give the responsibility to the players. That's what I'm here, and the responsibility at the end to win and to score 3, 4, or 5 goals is there. And the question we said, how do we score 5 goals every game? And that's a question, right? How are we going to do it? And the rest is just there. And we expect it to change it tomorrow. It's not going to happen. So we have to make things happen, and we have to be active and find solutions to that.
And we've spoken to you before about possible points tallies to win the league. The leaders Liverpool have got 45 after 20. You've got 40 after 20. City 43. I think in the past you've always said 90 points plus. Do you think it might be less than 90 points now?
I don't have a clue.
You do look at it though, don't you? Because we've talked to you about it before. Have you thought that?
Well, you look what happened in the league, but it's always after it happens. I'm not that good at predicting what's going to happen before.
Well, City won it with 89 last year. If I pushed you, do you think it would be higher or lower?
Depends as well what's going to happen in direct games. That's obviously a big consequence to that number. So let's see.
Okay, Charles.
Can I just ask about Emil? There have been quite strong reports today about West Ham being interested in talking about possible loan for Emil. Is that something you can sort of shut down the possibility of that happening this season?
I'm really happy with Emil, and he's in the right trajectory, and now he's settled. He's training really well, and you know that I'm not going to be talking about any individual situation.
How, I mean, Emil's been back from the latest injury for a few weeks now, been away in Dubai. How have you seen a change in Emil? Does he look ready now to really sort of make an impact and push towards the first team?
No change. Emil is Emil, you know, and he's got incredible qualities, and we are really happy to have him. And what he needs now is chances to put all the desire and qualities that they have on the pitch. In order to do that, we have to give him minutes.
And just quickly, while you're away, the club released a video that got fans pretty excited seeing you in Timber working out in Dubai, looking pretty strong, you know, working with the ball on the grass. Obviously, there's still a long way to go for him, but how close is he to potentially playing any sort of part in this season? Is he progressing very well? There
is a possibility, but at the moment it's still very, very far from competing, and that's the realistic picture of it. Are we hopeful that he can have an impact at the end of the season? If everything goes well, it looks like there is a chance that might happen, but I think it's too early to make that call.
Okay, guys, we'll now go to 10:30 tonight.